A Visitor for Bear. Bonnie Becker, illustrated by Katie McDonald Denton. A Visitor for Bear. No one ever came to Bear's house. I had always been there that way, and Bear was quite sure he didn't like visitors. He even had a sign, "No visitors allowed." One morning, the bear heard and tap in the front door. When he opened his door, there was a mouse, small, gray, and bright-eyed. "No visitors allowed," Bear pointing to the sign. "Go away." He closed the door and went back to business in making his breakfast. He set out 1 cup and 1 spoon, but when he opened the cupboard to get 1 bowl, then there was a mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. "I told you to leave," cried Bear. "Perhaps you could just save us a spot of tea," said the mouse. "Out," commanded the bear. "Most sorry," said the mouse. "I'm going now." Bear shoved him to the door and shut it firmly. Then he went back to the business of making his breakfast. When he opened the bread drawer for 1 slice of bread, there was a mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. "Unbelievable," rumbled Bear. "Away with you, vamoose." "I do like a bit of cheese," said the mouse. Bear pointed a rigid claw toward the door. "Yes, then, here I go," said the mouse. "Farewell." The mouse whisked out the door. This time, Bear shut the door very firmly and locked it tight. He locked the windows, too, for a good measure. Then once again he went back to the business of making his breakfast. But when he opened the fridge to get 1 egg, there was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed, of course. "Begone!" roared the bear. A crackling fire ventured the mouse. "This is impossible, intolerable, insufferable," cried Bear, shaking his anger and his disbelief. "Terrible Bear," murmured the mouse. "Now you see me, now you don't. I am gone." And the mouse looked very sorry indeed while he waited for Bear to unbolt the door and let him out again. This time, before he went back to the business of making his breakfast, the bear shut the door very, very firmly, locked it, boarded the windows shut, stopped up the chimneys, and even plunged the drain bathtub. Carefully, Bear set about the business of making his breakfast. He opened the cupboard, no mouse. Ah! He opened the bread drawer, nothing. Ooh! He opened the fridge, mouse free, yes indeed. He lifted the lid to the tea kettle. There was a mouse, small and gray, and well, you know the rest. "Bear, fill all the floor and wet." "I gave up," he bubbled. "You win. I am done." "So sorry," said the mouse, "but perhaps if I could have just a bit of cheese, cup of tea, do you think you could unstopper the chimney and have a nice fire?" Bear blew his nose with a loud honk. "Then you must go," he sniffed. "No visitors allowed. You may be my word, but it's the mouse." Bear shuddered and unboarded the windows, unlocked the doors, unstopped the chimney, unplugged the drain. He brought out 2 plates of cheese, 2 keep cuts, and he made a crackling fire with a fireplace and 2 sets of toes. The mouse warmed his feet, nibbled and sipped, and the bear did it too. They sat there for a long while. The clock on the bear's house trickled loudly. Bear cleared his throat. His mouse looked most sensitive. No one could ever be most attentive to Bear. "The fire is nice," Bear announced. "Lovely," said the mouse. No one ever had said Bear's fires were lovely. "I can do a handstand," said Bear. "Very impressive," exclaimed the mouse. Bear told a joke. Mouse laughed heartily. No one ever had laughed at Bear's jokes before. Bear began thinking of another joke. The mouse sat down to his teacup. Bear quickly lifted the teapot, There's plenty more, he said. So sorry, said the mouse. Most kind of him, must be on my way. Really, you must needn't go, said the bear. I'm off. The mouse sprang up from his chair. Wait, cried the bear. But the mouse stepped out the door. Toodle-too, said the mouse. Don't go, wailed the bear, throwing his body across the path. But I gave you my word, said the mouse, pointing at the no visitors sign. No visitors allowed. Oh, that, cried Bear, pulling down the sign, tearing up with the salesman. Not for friends. Not for friends, asked the mouse, small and gray, bright-eyed. Bear nodded. The mouse, bright eyes glowed brighter. Bear smiled. Do you like one hump or two? Said the bear most politely. I like two, said the mouse. The bear agreed.